All right, well, hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Club podcast. This is a production of Young Life Mid-County, an unscripted student spotlight, conversation designed to get beyond the perfectly planned posts of our social media personas and really get to know our high school friends. So I'm Chris Owasco, your host, and I'm joined again today with my co-host, Lauren Hanratty. What's that yellow button do, Lauren? New toy. And then we've got in studio with us today for our second episode, Brynli Felps. Brynli, say hi to the people.
Hey, everybody.
All right. So super glad to have you with us again. Let's see. Let me jump into our questions. Brynli, let's just do it. Let's go. Tell us a little bit about you. Who are you? What are you about?
Well, I'm a 17-year-old girl. I'm a junior at Port Neches Groves High School. I'm a babysitter, so hit me up. And I do hair and makeup. I'm a pageant girl. I've been modeling since I was about like 4. Yeah, I think. I kind of don't remember. But I love reading books. Yeah.
Love it. What's maybe the most recent book you've completed?
Well, the most recent book I completed was The Teacher by Frida McFadden.
Okay.
I think that's her last name. Yeah. But I'm reading Confess by Colleen Hoover, and it's just like draining. It's so boring. So I have to like force myself to finish it right now.
That's a good plug for that book.
Yeah.
Makes me want to go pick it up. All right. So you mentioned some things that you're a part of, pageants and such. What other extracurricular or like school functions are you a part of?
I'm currently a part of student council, but I've been lacking on going to some of the meetings.
Shame.
I'm also a part of Signing Indians, which is the sign language doing the Star Spangled Banner, like for any sport event, mainly varsity sport events.
That's awesome.
I think that's about it.
You mentioned dance.
Oh yeah, dance.
Yeah. Any particular troops or groups you're taking from?
I'm taking from Taylor's in Nederland right now. So
sponsor us, Taylor's.
Yes, please.
What's a fun random fact about you that most people might not know?
I burp like a man.
I mean, prove it.
I can't burp right now, but if I do, I'll let it out.
Command?
No, not like a good
then
burp.
that's not like a man. Okay.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Golly. At some point in this podcast, if we don't get a burp from you, it will be a fail.
Okay, I'll try and chug my
Work
water.
Just squeeze one in there.
I did have a soda last night before bed, so it should be coming any day now.
All right, a little bit more about you. Do you have a favorite movie that you've recently seen, or what is your favorite movie of all time?
Twilight, all the Twilights. That's my favorite.
Basic.
I'm not like, of course it's basic. Bro, me and Jacob are meant to be.
Oh
is that the wolf?
Yes, that's the
Okay.
werewolf.
The wolf.
The pretty
Taylor Lautner.
Taylor. What happened to him? Where did
he has
go?
a wife and I think he has a kid now, but he's like off the grid.
He's just cashing checks from his Twilight fame.
I don't think y'all were meant to be, Brynli, if he has a wife.
It's okay. I got a boyfriend and I love
It's
him.
like,
So.
what's his name?
His name's Samuel Anderson.
Hey, Sam. He plays baseball, right?
Yes, for Westbrook.
Go Westbrook. I hear Westbrook, Bestbrook. Is that a thing?
They did just win the state championship for basketball.
For basketball,
There it is.
yeah.
There it is. What about, give me your Mount Rushmore of musical things. Like what band or artist are you really into right now?
Okay. Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
And then you have Bruno Mars, the old Bruno Mars, not the new Bruno Mars.
You don't like his new song with Rose?
Oh, no.
Whatever.
And
Neither did the
then
kids
I
at
love
club the other night. They didn't like that
John Party. If you're a country fan, John Party. And then Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Old school or new school?
Both.
Is there even new school? Like we went worship music.
Yeah, he does worship music now.
Cool.
But I like both. I like the old JB too because it's very nostalgic.
All right, hot seat. Open up your phone right now.
Okay.
Do you use Spotify, Apple Music? What do you use?
I use Apple Music.
What was the most recent thing you've listened to?
Recent thing or like who was my artist of the year?
Nope. What did you listen to the most recent time you used that app?
It should be down there like you
the
just
most
played
recently
it.
played thing.
Oh, this isn't. Oh, Pretty Heart by Parker McCollum then.
There you go.
I was like, what? But it's right there, yeah. I listened to that last night though, so.
It's all good. You didn't have any hype music in the car on the way here?
No, I literally just woke up at like 9:45
That's awesome.
and I just threw on clothes, brushed my teeth, and came here. So I was like,
At least
no
you brush your
noise.
teeth.
Thank
Good
you
job.
Yes.
for brushing your teeth.
Yes.
That's right.
My mom would kill me because she's a dentist. Or she's a dental assistant, whatever. She doesn't like when I call her dentist. She's like, I'm not a dentist. I'm a dental assistant. I'm like, okay.
I mean, there is a
whatever.
difference.
Yeah, but I kind of like to brag on her. No one knows really what a dental assistant is in high school. So I'm
Shout
just
out to
like,
Brandy
You
Felps.
assist the dentist.
Brandy's awesome. All
Yeah.
right. Let's see. Okay, you've mentioned already sign, dance, pageant girl. Tell us something else that you're really passionate about right now. It could be something like a hobby or a sport or even maybe like a cause.
well, right now I have a platform called Build a Better You with Brynli, and I'm very focused and passionate about mental health and how to help teenagers such as myself build healthier coping mechanisms so that they can learn to love themselves through self-care tips, through maybe working out or finding a new hobby you enjoy or really anything just to help you really build a better you so that you won't fall into depression or anxiety and that you just like learn to love yourself more.
That's awesome. And I'm sure you have stuff that I can put in the comments of this whenever
Yeah.
we post it. Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to make sure you get some traction from that. Okay. How about this next question? Okay, you are a teenager, 17,
Yes.
dancing queen.
Yeah.
What do you hear the adult world talking when they're talking about teenagers and they make statements about life as a teenager or what it's like in high school or whatever? Are there misconceptions that you think the adult world has about what life as a teenager today is like? Is there anything that's like overblown or is there anything that they are completely underestimating?
Well, back in my day, that is one of the things that most teenagers do not like to hear, only because back in your day, like the laws were different, schools were, everything was different back in the day. I'm not saying like it's not important and it doesn't like affect teenagers now. It's just completely different. So one thing I really believe that parents understand or like they don't understand about teenagers is when we lay down or we're like on our phone in our room kind of isolating ourselves, it's not because we're lazy or because we're like trying to like not talk to our parents. It's because teenagers at school, we have a lot of school activities. We have to keep up with grades, 8 hours of school. And then you also have on top of outside school activities. And then you have homework. And then you still have to do all of that stuff before bed. And like you still have to shower. You might still have to stretch. It just depends what you're all involved in. But sometimes we need those lazy days, even if it's like after school, because it's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's hard.
Yeah. Handwriter, you're in the classroom a lot. Anything that what she said, anything different or new that you wish the adult world knew about life as a teenager?
I do think the adult lessons are important, but like, yeah, the back in my day, like things are different now. So learn to listen to what they have to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The art of listening, so important because you guys have something to say.
Always.
One of our previous episodes, we were talking to some people and they were asking and hoping that the adult world would listen to what you guys have to say because you guys have a unique perspective and specifically your generation. I see a very kind generation, a very caring group of kids. I back in my day, it was not that way. It was very cliquey and kind of a eat or be eaten kind of world. And there's still that, but I see something really precious when I'm interacting with high schoolers today. I notice a distinct difference in their attitude toward reaching out across the to help others and Indians give, like, for example, like that wasn't a thing. And I don't
I do
think
Indians give too.
Heck yeah. Let's see. Let's go to another question here. So you're part of Young Life.
Yes.
How did you first get involved with Young Life? What is it for those who don't know, and how did you get involved?
So Young Life is just like an organization. It's like more of like a club instead of like going to like a big church. Young Life is for high school students, so we could really all come together, whether they're from another school or from our school. It all kind of brings us together to really connect with one another, so we have a better connection. every Monday at club, we always play games. We listen to music. We have like a dance party. And then we'll have our like 10, 15 minutes with reading a story from the Bible. And we'll like ask questions. And Mr. Chris will kind of like preach and do his thing. And we'll all pray. And then after we get free pizza. Ayo.
Free pizza.
Yeah. That was the only reason I did actually go to Young Life the first time.
That's real
then,
right there.
Yeah. I was like, because whoever
That's how
was,
we get you hooked.
Mhm.
yeah, whoever was in charge of the social media, my freshman year, they would not stop texting me, whoever it was. They're like, come to Young Life, come to Young Life. And I was like, I don't know who y'all are, but I like asked my mom, I was like, hey, can I go one day? And she was like, sure. She's like, Pastor Will goes there. So she's like, yeah, of course. And I was
Shout
like,
out to P. Will.
Pastor Will. But yeah, I asked my mom, I was like, hey, can I go? And I asked Presley, I was like, I'm not going by myself. I was like, please come with me. And so we both went, and it was really fun. It was kind of awkward at first.
For the
because
record, Presley, we invited you to be a part of this, and you did
She's-
not respond.
she's still asleep. She does not wake up.
Yeah.
She's like,
Know all about that.
oh, yeah.
We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was just kind of awkward at first because I knew everybody, but I wasn't like, oh, I'm not gonna go talk to them.
We've
Like,
been trying on Instagram to really like meet kids
Yeah.
with some answers before, like, you know, it used to be just, you had to just pull up. You
Yeah.
know, but on Instagram, like, here are pictures of what you could expect, and here's some,
Yeah.
you know, some blurbs to read about what you can expect.
Mhm.
What would you say in your own words to that kid who's kind of on the edge, like, you know, I see it looks fun, I see that it's people that I know and I go to school with, but like, what would you say to that person? Like,
just,
how would you convince them?
just go, like,
Just do it.
just do it, because one, life is short, and if you live your life not going to Young Life, like, you're just missing out. Okay.
I mean, real
But
talk.
it's fun. I mean, it's late, so you have school, but that's the fun part, because I have most of my energy at night, like right before I go to bed. Like, I just have a burst of energy, and that's what Young Life is. It's just the energy is just so amazing, and it's so positive. And even if you don't have a friend there, all of us will be your friend, like, as soon as you walk in the door, because nobody just lets someone walk in without introducing them to everybody or saying, hey, what's up? Welcome to Young Life. Everyone's just so amazing.
You're a part of that. Thanks for being a part of that.
Yeah.
All right, hand ready. Let's take the next one.
So, do you have a favorite Young Life memory or event?
My favorite? Well, all of them are actually my favorite, but
Mathematically impossible.
don't math joke with me, because that's not my good subject. But my favorite one, going to camp. That was no, actually, my favorite one was flying in a plane to camp. So
Story time.
it was scary because I get car sick, and I didn't think I'd get air sick, but I was just like dizzy.
Okay, you got to back that up though, and
Yeah.
tell what happened. You heard about
So-
Camp at Club, and you
Yeah.
wanted to go, but the dates didn't quite work out because
I had a pageant the day they left for camp. So I begged and begged and begged my mom. I was like, please, can we like find something? Like, can we do anything? And she was like, well, you got to ask Mr. Chris. So me and Mr. Chris talked, and we figured out that the next morning after my pageant, I could fly on a little charter plane, and they would take me to camp. And so I got on a charter plane, and I flew to camp, and everyone there already knew who I was. They're like, oh, you're the helicopter girl. You're the plane girl. And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's me. I
we had
just
some,
flew in.
We had some amazing people in our community come together, stack
Mhm.
hands, and said, okay, hey, if she needs to go, she wants to go, and parents have given her permission to go,
Mhm.
then let's figure out how to get her there. And
Yeah.
it just so happened to be that year we went to the camp in Texas, Lone
Yeah.
Hollow Ranch, and right next to that camp property,
Was
another
an airstrip.
privately owned airstrip. And I just went
Mhm.
to some people and like, hey, what could we do? And yeah, we were able to. So this is not a promise that we're going to do this
Oh
ever
yeah.
again
No,
or whatever.
this is
but
just a Brynli
that
thing,
was maybe
so
just
no
a
one
Brynli
can
thing.
steal my spotlight with that
But
plane.
yeah, we had some amazing people in our community say, "Hey, we love teenagers. We're familiar with Young Life. We know the value of
Very
it, and we want
determined
to
to get people there.
what we can do there." Yeah, determined to get people. That reminds me of a Bible story. Without giving away any secrets, surprises, tell us a little bit more about, like, what were some of your favorite moments? Describe some of the highlights to somebody who may be on the fence about going.
There's so many amazing activities and events you can do. There's so much food.
So much food.
That big back energy. I made a lot of new friends.
Yeah.
Like, everyone just always like started complimenting me throughout the day. I was like, I wish we got that around here. And like, after everyone kind of left from camp, like, that's when like all of our people started like complimenting everybody, and like it has an effect. It's kind of like the domino theory, where like one person does it and then it like kind of like ripples, and that's like amazing because now everybody at Young Life is just like so sweet and so positive, and I love it.
Yeah. So you went to Lone Hollow Ranch. This year we're going to SharpTop Cove. You haven't been to the SharpTop Cove yet. Okay. So yeah, that one is in Georgia. Yours was in Texas.
Okay.
Still, it's the summer, so it's
Might
still
have
going to
to
be
fly
warm.
a plane too because I got a pageant.
We'll see about that. But okay, so what else? What were some of the activities that you got to participate in at camp that maybe a first or just something that was really exciting for you?
I liked the lake part because they had like this big old trampoline in the middle of the lake, and I was like, never done that.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. I learned how to do backflip.
Yeah.
And I met a bunch of like amazing kids. I remember one's name being JP, and he had a little brother also named JP. So it was like,
Original parents there.
yeah, I was like, how do you, what? Okay. But they were really cool. They were really sweet. They hung out with me in Presley. I loved like the friendship bracelet making, even though every time I made the bracelet, it broke. And I was just like, okay, I give up. But it was fun in the moment. I loved being in the cabin and having like our girl time with Bella baby.
Hey,
that
Bella.
was so fun. But it also kind of stunk because we all had to share just 2 bathrooms. And there's so many of us. But it was good.
Who was Lauren, you were a cabin leader for that year too
Yes.
as well, right? Yeah. Any experiences from your perspective on that year?
Bella snores.
Oh,
Hey, this is back to back. Shout outs to Bella. Let's go.
Yes, I enjoyed listening to Bella at nighttime. Lots of strange noises.
Oh, yeah.
I learned a lot of patience
kill us.
going back to Presley.
We know.
Just like I'm used to kids being excited to go to camp, like excited to be involved in stuff throughout the day, but not everyone is the same.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a learning curve where some people did not want to wake up in the morning, and I had to
Pull them out of bed like Presley.
Yes,
Literally.
it taught me patience, and that's a good thing. I'm very thankful for Presley. Love Presley.
I would get my
One of
pillow
my favorite
and I would
people.
like smack her. I was like, wake up. She'd be like, 5 more
We had
minutes.
a very rocky relationship at the start, but no,
Oh,
she's one
yeah.
of my favorite people.
Kind of wish you had one of those yellow buttons you could play in her.
That would honestly wake her up probably, but she'd go right back to sleep.
Bring an air horn to camp this year. Golly. Okay, so somebody's on the fence about going. Did I already ask this question? Somebody's on the fence about going to camp. What would you tell them? What would be your sales pitch to them if they're on the fence about going, not sure about going to camp?
Well, it's honestly amazing. There's a lot of people, so it might be a little overwhelming, but sometimes you need to challenge yourself. Sometimes you need to step out of your box to really understand if maybe that particular thing is meant for you. And if it's not, like, that's okay. It's an experience, and you don't have to go every summer, but if I really want you to go, I'm gonna like say, come on, please, like I'm gonna beg you, because it's honestly an amazing experience, because I definitely feel like I've gotten a lot closer to Jesus, and I definitely opened up to a lot more people, and I realized that a bunch of my relationships that I had back home were not as strong, and they could be stronger. So I fixed a lot of my relationships with my friends, with my mom.
Yep.
Now me and my brother are kind of like almost friends. We're getting there. But it's really amazing because you learn from that, and you take everything from camp, and whether you see it or not, you take it and you apply it to yourself, and you slowly start growing into a person you never thought you would become, because I never thought I could be saved and that Jesus would ever forgive me or ever love me. But I went to camp and now I'm here and now I love Jesus. I pray every night. I read my Bible and I just feel a lot closer to Jesus and I feel a lot happier, healthier. There's so many things that you can learn from that experience.
That's awesome.
Kind of piggybacking off of what you said at the beginning, you're never going to grow if you don't step out of your comfort zone. So I think that's a big first step for everyone.
Yeah.
But you have people who are willing to walk with you out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
And help you through that.
Yep. Your young life leaders, more than just skit characters and hype men at club. No, we want to be right there alongside of our high school friends as you guys are going through stuff.
Oh yeah,
and
this is the time where everyone goes through everything, breakups and mental health, and there's just so many things because high school can be a negative experience if you make it a negative experience. Like if you wake up with a bad attitude, then like the whole day is just going to be about where I saw this thing on TikTok and I thought it was amazing how we are sponges and whatever we soak in is what's going to, like when we squeeze it, it's what's going to pour out.
Yeah.
And that's what I was kind of talking to Samuel about. And I was like, really listen, if I soak in water, what's going to come out? Water. So if I listen to this inappropriate music, I'm going to be inappropriate. If I listen to like Christian music, I'm going to feel, I'm going to soak out like all the Christian things and like be super happy and positive. But I'm not going to soak in orange juice and squeeze out ketchup. Does that make sense?
You are preaching some Jesus right now because, he's got all kinds of things to say about that. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What we put in our spirit, what we put in our system, just as like food, if all I eat is burgers and pizza,
then
I shouldn't be surprised when I'm huffing and puffing trying to climb the bleachers on Friday night, you know? It's just that's a natural physical thing, and it's so true and parallels in our spirit life as well. Yeah, that's so true. All right, what else? Let's see. Any other final thoughts? Any other questions, Hanratty, that you might have for our hot seat guests today? You've done such a great job, Brynli. Good job.
Thanks.
Anything that you would want to say to anybody out there listening?
You're not perfect. Nobody is perfect, but it's perfectly fine for you to be imperfect because a lot of the times before I was introduced to Young Life, I had a struggle with loving myself because I wanted to be perfect so other people would love me. But no matter how hard I tried, everyone always talked about, she's trying too hard, she's trying to fit in, like all these negative things. And I kept feeding the world my energy, but the world was not giving me like the energy I wanted back. And it's something that really took a toll on me and it hurt because that's what high school can kind of do to you. But you just really have to not focus on the world because everybody's going to have an opinion about you, but not everybody's opinion matters because the only person you should be seeking like validation or acceptance from is Jesus because no matter what, he's always going to think you're beautiful. He's going to think you're perfect in his image. He's going to love you for you. And that's all I have to say is it's okay. You just have to seek the right person and not the people who don't really care about you. Because I wouldn't want to be in a room with people who don't care about me and then just feel gross about myself. I want to be in a room with people who accept me. And I want to thank Jesus for that because I would have never grown if I didn't take this step outside of my comfort zone.
I don't know how to finish after that. I feel like I should have an altar call right now, you know. That's so good. All right, Brynli Felps, thank you so much for being a part of Beyond the Club podcast. So, we'll put your information of the organization that you're starting. Is that fair to call it an organization? It's a platform. It's not an organization. We'll get some information on our comment section or whatever. And okay, until next time, Lauren, thank you for being a part of this as well. And this is Chris Owasco signing
Dang
out. There
it.
it was. Oh, we
That was
almost-
not a man burp. It was so close.
Yeah, that was kind of, I'd give it like a 3 out of 10.
No, I'd give
We're
it
just
like
going to do a
1.5.
studio fade right here. We're just going to be talking about your burping, and I'll just fade it out to nothing.
Burp
Amazing.
man.
Amazing.
Booyah.
Hey, well, thanks again for tuning into Beyond the Club podcast. It's been a real treat to have our high school friends join us on the show, and who knows, maybe we'll see you or someone in your close circle soon. Amongst many of the things that we talked about on this particular episode, we did bring up the subject of mental health and Brynli's platform that she's using to bring more awareness to. And so we're really proud to be able to help her in that endeavor of getting more awareness about mental health, especially in the lives of young people. It's a conversation topic that needs to happen, needs to be brought out into mainstream more, normalized more. We go through things, and there are things and pressures that our world and life in 2025 presents us with that are super challenging and maybe shouldn't ever be faced alone. However, I do want to put this one kind of asterisk out there that no one on the show today is a mental health professional. None of us are licensed professional therapists. And so any advice or anything that we talk about is just kind of armchair quarterbacking. And sometimes that's all you really need is just an outlet, a place to talk, kind of a venting opportunity. However, there are going to be times and circumstances where a professional is absolutely needed. And Young Life leaders are trained on how to help find those resources. And so if you're thinking about your situation and kind of what you're going through and maybe something that you're struggling with and you need help, hey, reach out to us. We're going to protect your dignity. We're going to protect your privacy as absolutely much we can. But we definitely want to bring you into a situation where you're surrounded by caring, trained professionals who know exactly how to help in the different kinds of situations that we find ourselves in. Okay, so don't suffer silently. Please reach out. Your Young Life leaders are available, as well as counselors at your school. Talk to a teacher. Maybe there's a pastor or a spiritual leader in your life. Maybe you have that relationship with your parent and you can just bring what you're going through to them and they can help as well. Okay, so love you guys, and hopefully I'll see you on the next show. Peace.